All right. So, you guys, welcome back to another wonderful live with Brittany and I. Brittany is from BlackHistoryRocks.com. My name is Kenesha Tillman. I'm the owner of Tutus and Tennis Shoes, which is a hair care education company. And I specialize in teaching white adoptive parents how to take care of Black kids' hair. And to me, you really can't learn Black hair by itself without learning about Black culture, respecting it, and honestly loving it. So, Brittany and I have planned 2 months of great content. To Black History Month. Yeah, there's some feedback. No, I think it was mine. Okay. So we started Black History Month, and of course we couldn't stop there because Black history should be celebrated all year round. But anyway, we moved into Women's History Month, and we are definitely excited about featuring the women that we have. So Brittany, this week, our topic or our focus is Black women in the LGBT community, which actually ends up being Black women at the intersection of their race, their gender, and their sexuality, right?
Correct. And I'm sorry, my AirPods were not connecting. So
like mine. So it's one of those days.
It was working at first, and then all of a sudden they just cut out. So I said, okay. All right.
Every Sunday we try to do these lives, like one piece of our technology decides it doesn't want to cooperate with us. It never fails.
But I'm sorry, I didn't hear that last part you said before I said that.
So this week we have Black women that live at the intersection of their race, their gender, and their sexuality. And we are mostly featuring women in history, right?
We have one, two. We are highlighting 3 women that are current. So there are 4 that are from history back in the day. So it's really I'm really excited about this one. One of my favorite. Well, there are a couple of people that are like my all-time favorites. We're highlighting Audrey Lord, who for me, when I read her, I was first introduced to Audrey Lord when I took a Black Feminist Thought course, and it really she really transformed my just my thinking and the way that I think about myself and my place in the world as a woman, as a Black woman, and she really challenged me. And she's passed on, but like through her work and through her words and what she wrote about, and it really like challenged me to think critically about myself and how I view the world and my place in that world. I mean, in this world. So I'm really happy to highlight her. We're highlighting Gladys Bentley, who she was an entertainer during the Harlem Renaissance era, and she is credited for being like one of the first openly, like she was a lesbian, but she was openly, like she would cross dress and wear tuxedos during her performances. And what I thought was really interesting with her is like at the height of her popularity, she had a review, like a musical review, and she would cross-dress and wear the tuxedos, but she had male cross-dressers who would wear women's clothes. So I thought that was really interesting. Like that was something that you don't even see really today. Like it's not very it's not on mainstream, but she during that time, had she did what she, what she wanted to do and
she
what felt right
for her. Yeah.
Right. And then we're highlighting June Jordan, who is a poet. I really, really, really connect with a lot of her poetry. She grew up in the 60s, 70s, and I think she passed away in the it was either the late 90s or the early 2000s, but her poems really resonated with me. She started writing and really like connected with poetry as a child, and like her father was abusive to her, and so she kind of found solace in poetry and in writing her poetry.
Okay.
And so as she grew up, she used her poetry as an outlet to speak about, you know, injustices and to speak about women rights and human rights. So I'm really excited about highlighting her. Mae Rainey, I wanted to highlight her because of the movie that just came out with Viola Davis.
Yes.
But also she grew up in a time where it was not acceptable to be openly out, and it was widely known that, you know, although she might have married men, she had girlfriends. And she's known as the mother of the blues. And I just really liked her spunk. Like, she was just like, you knew that she was not going to take anything off of anybody. And then some of the modern people that we're going to cover, we're doing Janet Mock. We're going to do Laverne Cox, and then we're going to do Stacey Ann Chin. And I am really excited about highlighting all of these women. I think that one of the common themes for this week is that, you know, they all enter like their careers and they live their lives at this intersection of having to deal with, you know, you're dealing with your race, your gender, and your sexuality, and you can't have any of those things without the other. And so I think that when looking at all of these women, you know, we have to keep in mind, like, they are all like dealing with, you know, navigating life as a Black, lesbian, or transgender or LGBTQ woman in this society. And so they, you know, it becomes very complicated because you're fighting for a number of things all at the same time. And you're fighting for equality within each sphere. And so I'm really excited about highlighting these women and the contributions that they have given to our society and currently still are giving to this society.
Yeah. There's that meme or saying or whatever. It's a saying, I guess, but it's been captured in memes that, you know, we can't just fight for the particular parts of the Black community that we want to fight for. Either we're going to fight for all the Black community, which includes LGBTQ, or we don't have a fight at all. Like, we have to find within our community ways of being more unified. I also think because, you know, my target market has a lot of white parents of Black kids, that we have to educate ourselves, and that we need to. We just have to educate ourselves about different ways of different life and be more open to it. More understanding, I guess, is a simple way. I don't think I'm saying quite enough, but I do love the women that we are featuring in history and in present times, because it, like you said, it brings together much of their challenges and the fact that they are literally living on the intersection of all these things, and they can't choose one or the other. They can't just choose to be Black, or just choose to be a woman, or just choose, you know, like, this is their life, and if they're going to thrive and have a completely enjoyable life, they have to live to their fullness and fight for it all. And so, yeah.
Oh, and I wanted to mention, and I'm going to share it later on today. Like, I've created a like my recommendations. So I made like a book list of all of these women that we've covered over the course of this campaign, like an Amazon book list, and I'm going to share it on my Instagram through my link in the bio, and I'll put it up later today. But just some of their books, some of the things that I recommend, and I've broken it up into categories of like young readers. I have teen readers, young adults, biographies, classics, and then I have a selection of women that we've highlighted throughout this campaign. So if you're interested in like learning more about these women and learning about, you know, their lives or their want to read their works, that'll be available through the link. So I'm really excited about that because I really want it, you know, for the people who want to delve into, you know, these women's lives a little bit more, just throughout the entire campaign. You know, you have that option to look and say, okay, I want to know more about Georgia Gilmore or Elizabeth Keckley or Zora Neale Hurston or so on and so forth. So
great job! I'm so surprised because you didn't tell me that, so I'm surprised and I'm excited.
Yay!
Well, you guys, we had a short live this week. We just kind of wanted to let you know what to expect for the upcoming week of women that we will be featuring. Please, as usual, go check out Brittany at blackhistory.rocks. Lord. Sorry, y'all. Go check her out and definitely look for that book list, which I'll be looking for. Ooh, a book exchange would be fun.
Yeah.
I don't know how we can set that up, but that would be fun. Shauna says thank you. She's talking to you.
Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome.
Alrighty, y'all. Well, thank you, Brittany, for being on this morning. I'll catch you later this week.
All right. I'll talk to you later. Bye,
everyone. All right.
Bye.